Hey guys, for this trick what I'm going to do is just shuffle the cards a couple of times. The spectator could be the one shuffling the cards. There is no order to the cards, just one more shuffle, just like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is as I spread through the cards, I would just ask the spectator to pull out any card they wanted. It can be their favorite card or just a random card like this one right here, and then if they want to switch it with any of these, they like the 8 of diamonds or like the 6 of hearts, whatever. It does not matter what the card is. So for this trick, we're going to use the ace of diamonds. So now I'm going to ask them just to tell me where to stop, and wherever they say stop, they're going to take their selected card and put it back in the middle of the deck. So we have a deck of cards here with their card somewhere in the middle. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just snap my fingers, and actually a couple of cards reverse in the deck. And you see that those cards are actually the 4 queens. Now we have just 4 here. We have hearts, spades, clubs, and diamonds. So now I'm just going to take these cards and explain to the spectator that these cards actually have a magical property, and that is that I can take any one of these and change it into any card of the same suit. So your card, I believe, was diamonds. So I'm just going to take the queen of diamonds, just like that, turn it face down, and put it right between the other queens, just like that. So queen of diamonds right there. Now I'm going to do this nice and slowly, just give it a little wiggle, just like that. And you can see that we still have only 4 cards, but that one card is actually going to change into the ace of diamonds. And there are just 4 cards. There are no gimmicks, no doubles. So now I'm going to teach you this trick. Okay guys, so what we are going to do for this trick is have the deck shuffled. There's no order. It can be done at any time as long as the deck has 4 queens. And it is not an incomplete deck. So, anytime, anywhere. Well, you need a table. But, here you go. Now, what we're going to do is just spread through the cards. And you're going to tell your spectator that to just take out any card that they want. So, you're just spreading through like this. When you come to the first queen, which I'm surprised I haven't already, here's the first queen, you're going to explain that you're just spreading through the deck, and you're going to spread call the deck, bring it beneath the spread, just like that. I have a video on this already. Check out the link right there in the top right corner of the screen. So we have the ace of diamonds right here. We just want to come to it. We're going to take it under the spread and keep spreading. Then once we get to the second queen, we're going to do the same thing. And remember, as we're doing this, they at some point are going to take out a card. Try to explain to them to take out a card after you've already spread called at least 2 queens, so that you will have a little extra time. So then keep going. That's convenient, there's one right there. So we only have to spread call this one. We say, okay, do you want to switch your card? As we're spread calling the last 1 or 2. So they have selected a playing card like the 6 of spades in this example, and we also have the 4 queens on top of the deck. Very nice. So now what we're going to do is ask them to tell us where to stop, and wherever they say stop, you're not just going to lift up right here, you're just going to cut the deck. So we have the 4 queens right here because they were originally on top of the deck, and now they're right here. We're going to put that 6 on top of the 4 queens, just like that. And when you draw it back to put it with the deck, you're going to catch a break right below it. Then just put the rest of the cards on top of the deck. So we have right now is a break with the queens below it and their card above it. So now what we can do here is the pass, or we can just cut the deck. It does not matter. But I think the pass looks nicer, but if you cannot do the pass, just cut the deck. So we have 6 of spades right here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 queens on top of the deck. Now you are just going to spread through the cards. So your card could be anywhere, and then once you do it, you're going to come back and get a break into the top 4 cards, the 4 queens. Now, you're going to reverse the 4 queens on the bottom of the deck. And the way we're going to do this is take your hand over it like this, covering the queens. You're going to, like you do in the past sort of, use these 2 fingers to lever these cards off. But instead of bringing it back down, face down, you're just going to let them stay face up. You see what's going to happen? It's going to be like you're dragging your hand across the bottom of the deck, and it's going to end up open like this. So what you're going to do to cover this action is going to stick your thumb somewhere in the middle of the deck, take the top half with your right hand, put it down on the table, take the bottom half into your right hand, and put it down on top, like you're cutting the cards. Not only does this cover for the flip on the bottom, but it also puts the queens in the middle of the deck with your card right there. They're the spectator's card to the right of the first queen. So then, when you're spreading the cards, to explain that 4 cards are flipped over in the middle of the deck, you're going to take their card under the spread. You're just going to spread call it once more, just like that. You see it comes right out. Now, because they took their card face up, you know what suit it has. So I know it's a spade. It's the 6 of spades. So I'm just going to take the queen of spades and move it right there. It doesn't, no one is really going to notice that you moved the queen, and it doesn't really matter. It's just a very small action. So move the queen to the back. Now, this card here that you spread called the 6 of spades, you're going to move it behind 2 of the cards. The other 2 you're going to keep in the left hand. When you bring them back together, then this card has been placed right between the 4 cards, just like that. Move them together, just like this. Put down this half in front of you. Now with the right hand, grasp these cards and then put these cards down right here. Make sure they're not all perfectly aligned, a little messy. Okay, now what you're going to do is we have in this position, we're going to get a break beneath the top 3 cards, just like that. Now we're going to spread through the cards as we explain that these cards have a magical property. So we're going to take the top card and move it a little to the right, like this. Just lift the top card. It's not to the break. Lift the top card, move it to the right, then lift to the break and move a little so we have that card hidden right there, right there. Okay, and then for the last one, we're just going to use the left hand to drag it out like that. So we have the 4 queens showing with 1 card right there. So now that we are in this position, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to take the queen of the suit of their card, which we already put over here on the left, so it will be the leftmost card. You say your card was a spade, so I'm going to take this card like this, flip it over, and place it right here in between the 2 leftmost queens. Now what you're going to do is let this card here spring up your thumb and get a very small thumb break right there, right in between the queen and their card. So that right now you're going to twist it like this, showing the queen one last time as you drop this hand very close to the deck. Actually, you should have these cards touch the deck. In a moment, you're just going to lift them a little bit higher. They're very close to the deck right now. And show them that card. Then you're going to come back here and you're going to bring it right here behind your hand. And as you do that, you're going to use your thumb to lift up and drag that card to the side. So now, in one sort of motion, you have switched the queen of spades for this card right here. We just brought it under here and used the thumb to drag out the other card. Now, what you're going to do is you're in this position with this queen that we need to get rid of. There's a very easy way to get rid of that you've probably already thought of. We're just going to drop it onto the deck. So you're going to drag this card to the left so that this card is on the bottom. And you're just saying, I'm going to do this very slowly. You're going to lower completely onto the deck so that this card can just fall under the cover of these cards as you're going like this. No one is going to notice. Once you've made the fall, lift the queens up a little bit so that no one sort of suspects what you have done. Sometimes I will drag the cards to the side, but when I do this, I always make sure to show my hand empty first so that they do not suspect that I'm depositing the queen then. Then what I do is I just show the 4 queens with the 1 card between them, just to be only 4 cards. And then I just take this card and it is changed magically into their card, and they can examine these cards and the queen is completely gone. Of course, we know it's not completely gone. It's right here on the top of the deck. This is very easy to get rid of. You can cut the deck, shuffle the deck, whatever you want. Or if you want to bring the queen back, you can. You can do a color change. You can say, but it's always going to be a queen because it was originally a queen, turns into the queen, then like reverse their card in the middle of the deck. So this is just like if you want to, because if you don't like the fact that the queen stayed on the top of the deck. Okay guys, thank you for watching this trick. If you liked it, please like it and subscribe and comment down below. Thank you very much and have a great day.